Chapter 31. The Birth of the Son of Parashar. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Daksha asked Mudgalacharya, who was a terrifying Rakshas named Gajasura, please tell me the interesting legend till his assassination. O Mudgalacharya, Ganaraja himself had to incarnate as the son of a Muni for the sake of his assassination. The blessed Asura's birth cannot be an ordinary event. Please narrate the legend of the birth of that Asura. Suta addressed the assembly of Munis. Daksha's words had a ring of eagerness. Yogindra Mudgalacharya recounted the entire legend of Gajasura. Mudgalacharya said, "Listen to the narration of the historical events, which absolves all the sins and bestows enjoyments and liberation. I shall commence its narration. A demon named Maheshwara was slain by goddess Jagadambika. The son of Maheshwara was a valiant Gajasura. Not able to reconcile with the anger of his father's killing, he was eager to kill the Devas. He worshipped Lord Shankara, following the guidance of Shukracharya. He performed rigorous tapas of Shankara. He maintained a fast without food. He pleased Shankara by meditation on the 5-syllabled mantra. He observed strict austerities for 10,000 years. Shiva was pleased and manifested in the grove, in which religious austerities were performed to grant him a boon. He had become lean like a stick when Shankara arrived. Astonished on seeing his devotee, the merciful Lord said to Gajasura, O wise one, I am pleased with your penance. What boon should I grant to you? I am prepared to grant even the rarest of boons. Reassured, Mahasura performed Shodasopachara Puja and as ordained. He offered pranams with all humility and chanted the Rudra Atharvashirsha Sukta. After pleasing Shankara, he asked for an egoistical boon. He asked, If you are pleased with me, O Maheshwara, grant me a boon by which I shall not be killed by anything which resides in the universe. Grant me the sovereignty over Brahmanda and incomparable prowess. I do not seek for any other larger boon. Granting the boons, Shiva disappeared. Mahadaitya Gajasura returned home happily. His mother welcomed him. All Daityas assembled greeted him. Gajasura personally received his Guru Shukracharya. Amongst assembly of Munis, he was coronated by his Guru. Thus, Gajasura became the king of Daityas and Danavas. With their support, he conquered the earth. He also established his lordship over Swarga. Seeing the formidable Daitya, Devas fled in fear. The shattered Devas took refuge under Shankara. Gajasura, accompanied by the Daitya army, attacked Kailash. The infuriated Shankara advanced along with Devas to battle the Daityas. The Daitya also advanced to battle Shankara. A fierce war ensued between the Devas and Daityas. The Daityas fled. The sight of Shankara enraged Gajasura and prompted him to release a torrent of arrows. This left the Devas battered and bruised badly. It looked as if annihilation had befallen them. Indra and other guardians of the directions, the Dikpalas, were injured by arrows. Vishnu was wounded by a mace attack on the battlefield. Shankara, filled with wrath, armed with the Trishul, marched towards Gajasura. He attacked Gajasura with it. It appeared to be like the fire of dissolution. Despite the attack by Trishul, Gajasura was unmoved as Shankara's boon had rendered all weapons ineffective. Suddenly, the Lord of Daityas caught Shankara by his feet. Guffawing with pride, he flung Mahesha on the battlefield. The Devas, gripped with fear of the Rakshasas, fled. They scattered in all directions. Gajasura went to the abode of Shiva, Kailash. He established capable and eminent Daityas to the position of the Devas. By the grace of Gajasura, Daityas and Danavas appointed to Swargas, including Vaikuntha Loka, indulged in heavenly pleasures. A Daitya named Samhara was enthroned at Kailash. Thereafter, Gajasura returned to the earth along with the brave Daitya warriors. The formidable Gajasura resided in a town named Mahisha and established his incomparable rule over the 3 worlds. After the passage of a considerable time, the terrified Devas and Brahmins who lived in caves and mountains gathered. They contemplated on plans to kill Gajasura. Vishnu proposed a plan which delighted the Devas. He said, "Due to boon, no one residing in the Brahmanda can kill Gajasura, which is why we were all defeated. Swananda Loka is different from this universe. The Lord of Swananda is the Lord of all Devas. Gajasura will face hands at the death of Ganesha himself. Therefore, let all of us, Devas and Rishis, worship and pray to the Supreme Lord of all Devas, Ganesha. Ganesha will kill Gajasura and reinstate us to our rightful positions. O Devas, if you're convinced, then let us tread the path recommended by me." Hearing these words of Vishnu, the Devas and Munis applauded him. They all commenced penance. Some of them performed mantra japa, some performed japa of the Lord's name, and some were immersed in Manasa Puja. Some meditated and some praised the Lord. Some observed fast, some others performed penance by living on air and leaves. Some performed yajnas and sacrifices as ordained. Some others performed meditation on the 5 fires, Panchagni. In this manner, by expressing their devotion in various ways, they tried to appease the Supreme Lord. 100 years passed in this manner. It was then that Gajananam manifested and said, "O Devas and Munis, I am pleased with your penance. Ask for a boon. Even if it is rare, I shall grant it to you." Hearing these words of Ganesha, they all bowed and offered Sashtang Namaskar. O Prajapati, they had been purified by the knowledge acquired. They were overwhelmed and performed his puja with great devotion. They extolled happily. The Deva Rishis sang stotra in his praise. "We bow to you, Ganesha. To the personification of the protector of Ganas, we bow to you. To the one who exists everywhere in the form of Ganas, we bow to you. To the one who is mounted on a Mushaka, to the beginningless one, we bow to you. To the one who is without a form, to the one with innumerable forms, we bow again and again. To Heramba, to the protector of the devotees, we bow to you. To Ganesha, who is affectionate towards his devotees, we bow to you. To the consort of Siddhi, to the one who bestows Siddhi, to Dundi, we bow to you. To the one who bestows Buddhi, to the one who is a protector of Buddhi, we bow to you. To the Lord of Swananda, to Swasamvedya, the one who is understandable by his own self, we bow to you. To the embodiment of yoga, to the peaceful one, to the Lord of yoga, we bow to you. To the one who is devoid of beginning, middle and end, to the creator and sustainer, we bow to you. To the protector, to the one who is devoid of the 3 gunas, to Ganesha, we bow to you. To the Lord Vakradunda, to Vinayaka, to Lambodara, we bow to you. You live in everyone's hearts, O Vinayaka, we bow to you. O Lord, Vedas and their annexed literatures also cannot describe you adequately. So how is it possible for us who have gained our knowledge from the Vedas to sing your praise? Having extolled thus, overwhelmed with devotion, they paid obeisance to Ganesha and fell at his feet. Reflecting on his form and with deep devotion in their hearts, all of them, filled with awe, folded their hands in prayer and said to Ganesha, "If you are pleased with us, O Lord, kill Gajasura, who has ousted us from our respective positions and duties. O Vignesha, please grant us devotion which will help us to rid our obstacles. O Dviradanana, please grant this boon." Hearing these prayers of Devas, the beloved of his devotees, Gajanana, assured them. Ganadaksha happily accepted their desire to kill Gajasura. O Devas and Rishis, to kill Gajasura is difficult, but for your sake I'll do it. There's no doubt about it. You will be bestowed with steadfast devotion, which otherwise is rare for others. I shall incarnate as the son of Parashar for killing Gajasura. This stotra that you have composed will enhance my affection for you. It will grant enjoyments and liberation to anyone who reads it or listens to it with devotion. There is no doubt about it. O Brahmin, it will fulfill all the desires of the reader and the listener. All their sorrows will be dispelled. They will become wise. Granting these boons, Ganesha, the bestower of all siddhis, disappeared. He was born as a son of Parashar and his wife Vatsala. The generous and eminent Muni himself invited Brahmins and along with his wife performed rites like Jatakarma. The Jatakarma ceremony welcomes the baby into the world. The father places a small amount of ghee and honey on the baby's tongue and whispers the name of God in his ear. Ganapati playfully grew up in their household to the joy of his parents. The eminent Muni initiated him into the ashrama for study of the Vedas through a thread ceremony when he was 5 years old. He taught him all the Vedas along with the auxiliary works to the Vedas. On completion of his studies of the Vedas, he was married to the 2 daughters of sage Marichi, Siddhi and Buddhi. This is the legend of the son of Parashar, Gananatha. Now I shall narrate the adventures of Gajasura. Thus ends the 31st chapter titled The Birth of the Son of Parashara of the second Khanda of the Puran Upanishad, Srimad Mudgal Puran, describing the legends of Ekadanta, dedicated to Sri Gajananam. End of chapter 31.